When people think about dinosaurs, they remember the predators, the hunters, the teeth, the chase. But what most people forget is that predators weren't the only ones capable of violence. Some dinosaurs didn't need to hunt to be dangerous. They fought back. This is Triceratops. Triceratops was among the largest land animals of its time, reaching 8 to 9 meters or 26 to 30 feet in length, and weighing up to 6 to 12 tons. Its name literally means three-horned face, and for a good reason. Two long brow horns, often over 1 meter in length, projected above its eyes, and a shorter horn rose from its nose. A solid frill of bone fanned out from the back of its skull, giving Triceratops a menacing, armored profile. This dinosaur's build converged with that of modern rhinos. In fact, Triceratops was essentially the Cretaceous equivalent of a rhino, plant eater equipped like a battering ram. It roamed the subtropical floodplains of Larmidia, what's now western North America, about 68 to 66 million years ago, right up until the end of the Cretaceous. Despite being a herbivore, Triceratops looked every bit the part of a warrior. Its skull alone could reach 2.5 meters, or 8 feet in length, one of the largest of any land animals. Those three horns and sturdy neck frill weren't just a show for when danger loomed. Paleontologists debate their primary function. Likely the frill and horns evolved from species recognition, display, and sparring with rivals, much like deer antlers, rather than solely for fending off predators. But when push comes to shove, Triceratops certainly could use its horns in defense. Triceratops dominated its environment, not by being meek, but by being a dominant herbivore. Fossil evidence shows it was extremely common in its ecosystem, making up as much as 5/6 of the large dinosaurs in Hell Creek Formation at the end of the Cretaceous. This suggests Triceratops thrived in large numbers, despite coexisting with fearsome predators like T.rex. It wasn't a helpless giant. It was likely a cornerstone of its habitat, well adapted to survive predator encounters. In fact, Triceratops remains are often found as solitary adults rather than in herds, implying that even alone it could hold its own. Juveniles may have banded together or stayed with parents, as evidenced by a rare fossil site of 3 Triceratops, including a juvenile, armed with horns, a tank-like body, and potentially some group defense behavior. Triceratops had the tools to make any predator think twice. As for encounters with predators, there are no guarantees that the carnivore will win. One misstep in a horn could puncture the lung or artery of a T.rex, turning the tables. Likewise, a well-placed bite from the Tyrannosaurus could cripple the Triceratops. It's a common assumption in pop culture that carnivorous predators are the most dangerous animals, and herbivores are passive or easy targets. In reality, nothing could be further from the truth. Many herbivores are fiercely aggressive when threatened, and predators frequently fail their attempts to take them down. In the modern African savanna, for example, a pride of lions will think long and hard before attacking a Cape buffalo, or the African buffalo, often called the Black Death, is a plant eater renowned for its bad temper and strength. It often takes several lions working together to bring down a single adult buffalo, and even then the hunt can go wrong. Buffalo herds have been recorded mobbing and unaliving lions, chasing them up trees in retaliation. Far from always winning, predators risk serious injury every time they take on a healthy adult prey animal. A well-placed kick or horn thrust can shatter a lion's jaw or puncture a lung. It's no surprise that lions prefer targeting calves or old, weak buffalo when they can. Even apex predators must respect the defenses of herbivores. In fact, by numbers, some herbivores are more dangerous to life and limb than carnivores. The hippopotamus, a plant-eating giant, is famous for its deadly aggression. Hippos unalive an estimated about 500 people a year in Africa, far more than lions do, with territorial nature and huge canines. Hippos readily attack humans or any animal that encroaches them, a reminder that a herbivore can be as mean as any carnivore. Likewise, Cape buffalo have gored and unalived hundreds of people, and are regarded as one of Africa's most dangerous creatures. These modern parallels illustrate a crucial point. Herbivores are not defenseless, docile creatures. They often have the weapons and the will to fight back. Predators do not always win. In fact, studies of modern carnivores show hunting success rates often around only 20 to 30% for big cats, meaning the majority of attempted hunts and with the prey escaping. In prehistoric times, a Tyrannosaurus rex likely faced similar challenges. Tackling an adult Triceratops was, as one paleontologist puts it, a dangerous proposition. Due to the herbivore's horns and bulk, a charging Triceratops could probably deliver gore wounds as lethal as a rhino or buffalo can today. Thus, the image of inevitable predator victory is a myth. Often, it was the herbivore that stood its ground and lived another day. The rivalry of Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus rex is legendary, depicted in countless artworks and movies. But what do scientists actually know about encounters? Direct evidence of a Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus locked in a battle is surprisingly scarce in the fossil record. Paleontologists have not yet found a Triceratops bone with a healed T.rex bite, which would indicate the animal survived an attack, nor a T.rex skeleton bearing a clear horn wound. However, we do have sobering evidence that Triceratops ended up as Tyrannosaurus food. Tooth-marked bones tell part of the story. Triceratops fossils have been found with puncture wounds and grooves matching T.rex teeth, especially on the frills and pelvis, places a scavenging tyrannosaur would tear into for meat. One Triceratops hip bone was described with almost 60 bite punctures from T.rex powerful jaws, indicating it was thoroughly chewed over by the predator. Such bite marks confirm that T.rex did consume Triceratops, though they don't tell us whether the Triceratops was killed in the hunt or scavenged after death. In many scenarios, scientists suspect opportunism, that a T.rex might come across a Triceratops carcass, perhaps one that died or other causes was fled by illness. As for hunting, researchers believe Tyrannosaurus would have preferred to ambush young or sick Triceratops rather than face a healthy adult in its prime. Triceratops, with its formidable horns and 30-foot bulk, posed a serious risk to even 7-ton T.rex. The predator had no magic immunity to injury. A broken leg or jaw from a Triceratops encounter attack could be a death sentence for the Tyrannosaurus. Indeed, a study of Triceratops horn function included that while some horns are better than none in predator confrontation, Triceratops headgear likely evolved for more combat with its own kind than for fending off T.rex. That said, those same horns would certainly have been effective weapons of self-defense when needed. In the end, while we thrill at the image of these Cretaceous titans dueling, it's likely that most adult Triceratops died of old age or other causes, not in the jaws of T.rex. If their clash teaches us that prehistory wasn't a one-sided story of predator domination, it was balance and constant tension between offense and defense, where the outcome was never guaranteed.